Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Today we're taking a look at the next short story in this Return to Lankhmar collection. It's in the second part of it. It's 3 pages long. It's called Beauty and the Beasts, plural. For you folks, the two beasts are Fafhrd and the Gray Mouser that it's referring to. It's a very, very fast sort of a flash fiction sort of thing. So we're going to be doing my review of it. This series is heavily influential on modern fantasy. So we're going back and doing a deep dive into it. Fritz Leiber is in the Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Hall of Fame. He won this series has won Hugo Awards. He's won a Stoker Award for his horror stuff. He was in the Lovecraft writers cadre who wrote back and forth with Lovecraft and some of his friends. He published his first short story in 1939. It was just his first short story in this collection, actually, called Two-Shot Adventure, which I've reviewed for you already for you folks. He has a short story that we've reviewed for you too a few years ago that is in the canon for the science fiction writers, according to America, according to them, their Hall of Fame. So this guy's definitely a big, well-known guy who's heavily influential in modern fantasy, particularly in this series. So let's take a look at what I thought of this very, very fast, almost flash fiction sort of thing. 3 pages long. I actually really liked it. It's my favorite short story by Fritz Leiber that I've read in this collection, going back and rereading it for you folks so far, because it has, unlike other ones, it's not connective tissue that takes you from the end of the one short story to the beginning of another one, or like you would more like a chapter in a book. It's got a beginning and a middle and an end, and it actually has some stuff that's happening. So I like it, and it's not easily predictable. So basically what's happening is that a beautiful woman is walking down the street, and Gray Mouser and Fafhrd are two key characters that are thieves, and have both said that she's hers, so they keep following her, and then stuff happens. And that's it. You'll find that out in the first paragraph, so it's no spoilers there. Again, I keep my review spoiler free. I like this enough to give it an 8 out of 10. It's very, very strong. I liked it a lot. So I definitely enjoyed this. And again, it's my fastest of the shorter short stories that I've gone back and reread for you folks that are very, very fast. Because it's not connective to material. It's actually, it's actually beginning and a middle and an end. I liked it a lot. Thought it was fun. And I didn't see it coming. And also written. So there you are. That is Beauty and the Beasts by Fritz Leiber. Now, the title of this channel, The Worst Thing About New Books, is a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about them was keeping us from reading the old books. So going back and reading a guy who published starting in the 30s and finishing in the 90s when he died in 1992, and every decade in between, is definitely somebody who wrote a long time ago, although he's still influential and still a beloved guy. But a lot of people may not have heard about him or gone back and reread his stuff for you folks. I also talked about how this series in particular is influential, so let's talk more about that. He created the idea of a Thieves Guild in this series. So if you have a Thieves Guild in your book that are doing Thieves Guildy things, or in your comic, or in your video game, role-playing game, or whatever, that comes from this. Also, if you're playing a Thief class, that Thief class basically lifted wholesale from this series. So you're playing a Thief class in a role-playing game, or a tabletop, or a video game. It's also coming from this series too. He also had a campaign in a Dungeons and Dragons game world in the 80s, set in his world that he wrote and created over this series for you folks. So it's definitely probably the thing he's probably knows well for is this series in particular. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read Beauty and the Beasts? If so, what did you think about it? Would you agree to disagree with my 8 out of 10? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button, because there should be a lot more to follow. And then finally, I just want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video, because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're being pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.